Welcome back to our Raising Laying Hen video series. It's been a while since our last video, but we've been waiting for these chicks to grow up a little bit more and put on their adult feathers so that we could move them out of the brooder. Now, as you can see, they've definitely grown a lot. They've gotten bigger and they've put on their adult feathers finally. So we have moved them out to a pasture setting. We did look for sort of a dry time to bring them out because we have been getting a lot of rain in the last little bit. But we've had a dry stretch, and so went ahead and moved them on out to their pasture home. In this video, we're going to be talking a little bit more about some elements of a pasture house for these chickens. This is one option for an outdoor coop. There are plenty of other plans out there that you can look at. You can check and see which elements of the designs work best for you and your family and your operation. Here's the inside of our outdoor chicken coop. You can definitely see these birds have gotten pretty big in the last little bit. Some important features that you're going to want to consider. You can see this place has some roosting bars up here. So we just have some pieces of wood across the top, and notice that it's up higher out of the wind. So this is a good protected spot for them to roost. We still want some ventilation, which is why we have some mesh down low. And if it were to get really cold, we would make sure that we cover that up. But it's a nice sunny day, so it's open so they can kind of enjoy the sunlight. We also have some feeders in here. They're a lot bigger than the ones that we had in the brooder. Something to be cautious of with this type of water. They do like to kick up a lot of debris, and they will poop in the water, and so it is a daily task to come in here and make sure you're cleaning out the water because they will get it pretty dirty. Another option for waterers is this hanging water bucket that has nipple waterers at the bottom. So the chickens are able to just come underneath it and peck at the nipple waterers, and that's how they water themselves. Obviously this option's a lot cleaner because they can't get to the water and get dirt and debris up in there. So this is certainly a cleaner option, if a little bit less convenient at times to get in there and refill. An important feature for any coop where you're raising laying hens is a nest box. These pullets are still too young to be laying eggs, but if you are planning on keeping these birds and keeping them for egg production, you're going to want something that they feel safe to lay their eggs in. Some sort of bedding material in there. In this case, we're using shavings. And there's also a lip to this nest box to prevent the chickens from scratching around in there and knocking their bedding free into the rest of the coop. So this is an example of a nest box. And like I said, these guys are still too young to be producing eggs yet, but as they get older, it's certainly something you're going to want to include. So this chicken coop is movable so that we can move it throughout the pasture as needed. And this area is an area that we are going to replant in the spring, so we're not too concerned with the state that it's in right now, so we're not moving them very frequently. If you do have a perennial pasture and you want to keep your forages in good shape, you're going to want to make sure you move the coop rather frequently so that the birds don't tear it up. Another option is to keep a bare ground coop like this and just have outdoor runs so that the birds can come out and see the pasture and get to move around in the grass that way.